I don't think I jumped in day one. Definitely didn't jump in Maxine. But child, Alien, I jumped a few times. Like I
That's factual. I mean, that's factual, but we're not gonna spoil the audience just yet on our thoughts on opinions on that. We're gonna save that because welcome, y'all. Welcome to Mike and Q's comic book show. I was gonna say Untitled Comic Book Show, but we already have a show on a series on the channel that's Untitled, so we're not gonna step on Aaron and Avia's feet with that one. But yeah. It's me. It's your boy Quamon Star G. There's Mike to my left or right, depending on how y'all are watching it. And yeah, we're talking about comic book stuff. We've been back on a good comic book kick for a minute now, and I even though as critical as I can be about the comic book industry and everything, I am still someone who very much enjoys reading them and absorbing them when they catch my attention. And I'll say the last 6 months in general has been a nice time to just really dig into comic books across the spectrum of different publishers and stories like that, both going back retroactively before the year and what's come out during the year. And of course, I am rocking sleevelessly. I don't know if Mike even noticed it, but I'm rocking a special event. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I say what you got.
Yep. Got
pause.
Yep. Just rocking out with it. But yeah, we are going to be talking about some comic books that we have read, both new and old. New in the sense of we got some new comic books that have come out recently that we're going to talk about, and we also going to be talking about some that have come out previously in the past. Just that, but may have been our first time reading it. And if y'all are watching and y'all got any comic books y'all been reading, let us know. Put us on game. Let us know what's really good, and we'll be glad to chop it up with you about it. So, I'll say that. What? No, I did not grab them. They're still behind me. If I disappear into the ether of Wolverine's Marvel superheroes windscreen, it's because I'm grabbing 2 trades. But yeah, I will say at the beginning of this year, I kind of just let's see what comic books. Let's see if any comic books thrill me. Let's see what I can add to my collection this year. And yeah, I can say that the times I've been to my comic book shop have yielded good results of it all. But yeah, I'm just glad to talk about them because once again, we are live talking about comic books that we've been reading. And I think y'all are going to enjoy it. I think y'all are going to have a great time. Got some cool covers to show y'all and cool stories to review in a sense. So yeah, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Hopefully y'all can see it when I pull it up. It doesn't get caught in no ether or anything. Let me show y'all something. Okay, yeah, this is bam. So it's kind of getting caught in the background, but I got this is one of my favorite grails that I have, which is the Secret Wars paperback. Got the Alex Ross cover to it. I remember seeing this cover in Wizard magazine back in the day. I believe it was back in 2005. It was celebrating the 25th anniversary at the time of Secret Wars, and Alex Ross did a treatment of it. And Alex Ross is one of my favorite artists ever. I love his realism, and that he goes for and makes, outside of comic book accurate suits in movies and TV, this is the closest I feel like we get to actually having them in real life. And yeah, this is the Holy Grail, the first true Marvel crossover. I know Contest of Champions technically predates that by a couple of years, but when we're talking about an actual dedicated event book, Secret Wars is the first. And yeah, we gotta give much love to it.
Now we pulling out Secret Wars. Hold on. Why you tell me we was pulling out Secret Wars?
No, I just did that because you were gone and I just need to fill time.
I got Secret Wars too. Hey. You want to pull out his Secret Wars. Golly. Where's my Secret Wars? It's crazy because I literally had just sent you that picture of mine. Shit. Remember Secret Empire?
Unfortunately.
I don't even know where it's at. I literally just sent you a picture of that. Ew. Hold on, I gotta show you this. That's funny. I forgot all about that. I forgot I had that. I have too many comics. I can't find it right now. But look at this. Remember this?
Ooh, Extraordinary X-Men.
Oh man. Like we done seen some comics for real. But I will say I don't know if you touched on this, like why we wanted to start doing this, but me and Q talk comics all the time. We are always sending each other stuff, or if I don't understand something, I fact check with him. And I think I wanted us to have our natural conversation that we normally have on the phone or through text or messaging. I thought it would be kind of cool just to let everybody know what we be talking about and stuff. What you got? What's that?
This is.
It's blending in.
I don't want to turn my. I'll turn my background off. Hopefully.
Wait. Oh, I see it now. Is that Storm? Yeah, I see it now.
This is the one where Storm wins leadership of the X-Men from Cyclops.
Nice. But I wanted us to let people in on our comic talk. And I mean, it ain't nothing like crazy or anything like that. We literally just be shooting the shit, talking about it. And I mean, we both have different comic book experiences from our childhood to our teens to our young adulthood to now. Mine has drastically changed from, just reading comics, especially one Secret Wars 2015 and what else? Whatever DC's event was that one year, I feel like it was Rebirth. And then Secret Wars happened. I think something else happened in between that, but I had a pull list every Wednesday. I read a Selfish Comics in my city, and I had a pull list, and I was getting them. Every Wednesday, getting a pull list, had my own pull list. And then I died down from getting it. Either I got too busy or I fell out or whatever, or I just started buying more digital because I had a tablet or a laptop, and one of the laptops that I've had, I can flip it and it turns into a tablet, whatever. But lately, I think the last 2 years, I was reading a lot of backlog, a lot of stuff that I was getting from, there's a place called Edwards and McKay's in my city that has a lot of older comics and a lot of comics that you can get and stuff like that. So I was doing a lot of back reading until this year or after when Powers of X and House of X happened, which Q got me this for Christmas one year. It was a little dusty because I read it and put it up. Oh, but Q got me this. I put the cover up because I didn't want the cover to get messed up, so it's in a plastic wrap right now. But Q got me this, which is one of my favorites. I love this. You know, it was the first of that era and everything. And I mean, I kept up with a couple of issues with that. Um, but this year, I don't know what sparked me. Oh, I know what sparked me. Storm joining the Avengers of the Avengers run this year. And I was like, you know what? Mind you, I had Marvel Unlimited, so I was reading a lot of backlog and a lot of stuff, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this is a perfect time for me to find titles that I find interesting, and start, buying again, reading again. I'm in that mode to read, and the Avengers run that is out by McKay, I enjoyed it, and I got caught up so that I can be caught up by the time Storm joins the Avengers, which was last week. Um, and that was pretty amazing. What about you, Q? Until we talk about that main topic.
So I guess because I want to say about 2-3 years ago, I discovered there was a comic book shop close by me. Because I was kind of looking for a comic book shop that wasn't, because beforehand I would normally just go to like your Books a Million, Barnes and Noble to get trades, and if they did have any like current issues, I picked that up from there. But I was actively looking for an actual brick and mortar comic shop to go to and invest in, and I found it's called Memphis Comics and Collectibles. That's the one I go to whenever I want to go buy comic books. And so I would say, like, really at the start of the the Krakoa era of X-Men, that's when I just locked in and I said, you know what, I'm gonna up my buying of. Actually, it was a combination of that and Power Rangers being the when Power Rangers really started kicking into overdrive with their series. I was like, one quick second. Very demure. But yeah, when Power Rangers started to kick off, I was like, okay, I need to lock in for Power Rangers and X-Men above everything else. And then if I see anything, feel anything elsewards, I'll just buy them as they come. But that's what I was really locking in. And then just from there, it just kept growing and growing. And I wanted to grow my collection, my DC collection, my Marvel collection, things like that. So between because I also have digital comics as well. But between digital and physical, I kind of wanted to just up my physical game to the point where I had to get me my first ever comic book box, which I felt very proud of. So I would say, like, I want to say this year's probably been like, this year, late last year, has been like the most frequent times I've been back and forth into a comic shop. Mainly to get, not necessarily, I got single issues. I just started getting back issues, starting to invest in that instead of just going full like, oh, just get the trades and everything like that. I kind of wanted to have, because sometimes you slip on a banana peel and you find variant covers, which I have gotten, and yeah, I just like that. I like that feeling now. I'm starting to get that itch of doing it. So yeah, I'm very cool with it. Something that, and I want to just quickly touch on these aren't the main topics, but I want to just point these out because these are some 3 things that I've gotten that I felt very rewarded in getting. The first is Radiant Black.
That's a good one.
Yes, by Kyle Higgins, who was the first part of the first wave of masterminds behind the fantastic Power Rangers comic run. Himself, Brian Parrott, and the artists that helped make those books fantastic. He decided to, after he left Power Rangers, to go ahead and make his own creator-owned universe. So Radiant Black it's not just Radiant Black, it's a whole universe of characters that fit within this universe that tell a very large overarching story. And from just reading this first trade, which is the first stories, I can see why. It was I related to it very quickly, and yeah, they're cooking. I'm going to be getting more of the trades as I come about them. I hate that I wasn't able to take advantage of the Humble Bumble they had a couple of months ago, where you could get the full breadth of what's come out so far at your own price.
Is it
But
still current right now, like ongoing?
yeah, so currently, from my understanding, there's 2 timelines rocking that they're doing. Like they're doing something very unique. They're having 2 timelines of, because at the end of this trade, something significant happens, which changes the whole way you will go about reading it, and then it comes back around to a point to where they can diverge it and do 2 different timelines. At this, I've been caught up on it, so I don't know if they've resolved that or if they're still like there's still a couple of issues away from resolving it. But all of that stuff sounds very interesting to me, and that's just for Radiant Black. That's not taking into account of the other characters that have come into the framework. So yeah, that's awesome. And then another thing,
you can't see it.
okay.
I see Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, and then what's the other one?
The sequel.
Oh, nice. Okay, bet.
Let me see something. If I put the light a little bit closer to me. Golly. All the times beforehand, I don't disappear into the ether, but now when I got to show stuff off, I start to disappear. But yes, Power Rangers Ninja Turtles 1 and 2, art by Simone DeMio, art on number 2 by Dan Mora, one of my favorite artists, both written by Ryan Parrott. This is, if you've ever seen the episode of Power Rangers in Space where they team up with the Ninja Turtles, it's that times a billion. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's awesome to read if you're a fan of Power Rangers, if you're a fan of Ninja Turtles, which I am greatly of both. And so, yeah, I definitely recommend it. Both of the, actually got those 2 for my birthday this year. So yeah. But Mike, you want to hop into the main?
Marvel had an event this year, a summer event, that also caught our eye, and we loved this event because it was, I feel like me personally, I think it took it to another level. We hadn't seen anything like this yet. Depths of horror and drama. I feel like it was a bunch of drama in this damn event. But Blood Hunt. Blood Hunt. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I was actually trying to find my first copy of it. S3. There's Dracula, which was also pretty good. Here we go. It was so good. You got all your favorite Marvel heroes on that. But yeah, Blood Hunt. The sun is gone and the vampires is out. I enjoyed this event because I feel like the stakes are high. What happens to our Marvel heroes when the sun does go out in vampires? Who gets turned into a vampire? Who survives? Who dies? You know, who is the reason behind all of this? Those are my questions, especially catching up on Blade, catching up on Avengers, catching up on Doctor Strange. Like I did a lot of back reading in between while Blood Hunt was going on, and I like how Blood Hunt was spread out throughout the whole entire summer. Blood Hunt just ended last week, right?
Correct.
So I think it was enough time for me to enjoy what's currently happening, but also go back and read stuff to, because I had to go back and read the whole entire the current Blade series to understand where he was coming from and understand what he was going through before Blood Hunt happened, with him being the main character of it and his daughter, Bloodline, which I thought was dope. Having Blade at the forefront of this and being the main character and his daughter, I thought that was amazing. How were you feeling about Blood Hunt when it was actually first announced? Because I think you knew about it before me, before I really got into it.
So yeah, I love Blood Hunt. At reading it, I will say first I was a little trepidatious of Blood Hunt because I'm not inherently a big Marvel event guy. I feel like they are so they can be a bit much. They can be a bit much. They can be something that is drags on a little bit in most cases. Um like I guess I guess it's being burnt by past events,
Mm-hmm.
like your Secret Empires, like your Inhumans versus X-Men, you know, things like that. Your Civil War 2s,
Oh God, I forgot about Inhumans versus X-Men.
as you
Are you
should.
talking about Judgment Day?
No,
Oh.
that's an entirely different thing. I haven't read enough of it to really
Mm.
pass judgment on it. Hopefully y'all can get a good look at my vision. Okay, let me do it.
Oh, you got that variant cover. Oh, that's a good one. The way they had him, how they have him drawn out. He just looks very polished and clean, very classy, very well put together. They have my boy looking sharp. Like,
Okay, I'm going to turn off my background, much to my chagrin, just so y'all can get just a little bit better.
yeah, I love that cover. I actually have that picture saved in my phone. Sun Death. You know who ate up Blood Hunt though? My fave Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah,
She
especially
did what
towards
she,
the end.
yeah, she did what she
But
needed to do.
I'll say this: the easiest way to get me on board with a event is if you make it something where it's not a slog to read.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not, if it's just in and out, it's not trying to be like the most. One thing that I kill in a comic event for me is if the writer or artist goes, "Well, this is the most impactful, earth-shattering event ever," and you just got to be on top of reading it and to watch the like that's the easiest way for me to clock out of it. And they thankfully didn't do that. It was just read this awesome horror vampire book where they kill a bunch of vampires, things happen that are very cool and very much outside of the realm of what you think would happen, and go from there. And that's what I enjoyed from it. That's why I enjoy reading it so much. And yeah, I think that because I've read all of Blood Hunt myself, and yeah, I would definitely say it's a top 10 Marvel comic event for sure. It did what it needed to do. It didn't overstay it welcome. It was only 5 issues. It wasn't 12 like Avengers versus X-Men was. God, that was obnoxious.
Whoa.
And it was nice 5 issues. Had tie-ins that you could read and get extra context, or you could just ignore and still get a good, nice full story from just reading the main event.
Right.
10 out of 10. Jed McKay,
I
Pepe
think he does
Larraz.
well with events. I would love to see him do a few more events. I think he knows how to craft it where, like you said, we only have 5 issues, and that was like that main meat and potatoes. But then you also had your tie-ins that just fleshed everything and made everything feel whole for everybody else. With the Avengers was still going through hell. Black Panther was going through, which I thought was one of my favorite stories. Is him. I can say, are we talking spoilers or not?
I mean, we could talk spoilers. It's been out for a minute. People,
Um, we could talk halfway spoilers. I don't want to end it, but him being turned was crazy. That shook me up. Like I was like, that and that other person shook me up too. No, 3 people shook me up. Like I think everybody who got turned, besides that one person, I didn't know that one person got turned. two of my favorite people got turned. That's crazy. I just realized that. But having Black Panther turn, I think that was kind of cool because it's like, how do you handle that? And I think what I like about the Titans is,
I just want to say we are live, so if you guys are watching and want to chat, put stuff in the chat. We will respond to it. I know it got the vibes of a pre-record, but we are live.
I think, like I said, with the tie-ins, I think seeing what people, besides the main storyline that's happening up here, but seeing what everybody, individual pieces was happening around in the bubbles and in their own individual situations and how they were handling, I think that was cool. And I enjoyed storylines that I enjoyed besides my Avengers and Blade was Black Panther and Doctor Strange.
Facts.
I agree. They had, I think, for me personally, and they are my favorite. They're in my like top 10 characters.
What's up, Kami? What's up?
I think they did a really good job fleshing them out. I feel like seeing Doctor Strange at a point how he was, and then also seeing
what's up?
Having Black Panther have to go hunt and see how he would, handle his own. I don't know. The tie-ins was really, I think McKay knows how to make everything feel whole and not overwhelming. You don't have to read everything, but you can go and read, what you want and still get an understanding of the main plot, the main meat and potatoes. So I think that's what I appreciate about it, that it wasn't, especially with me jumping in, how I jumped in and started going to get it, I was able to enjoy it and not feel overwhelmed like I have felt in the past reading some events.
Thanks. Shout outs to Pepe Larraz because got this planet-size X-Men.
I have that. Mine's not in the cover, but I got planet size too.
Yeah, he did his damn thing. This
is like planet size was good. Oh, planet size eats down. Oh, I missed them so bad. I think that'll be our next episode. Is like how Marvel Comics have really gave us the best era of the X-Men just to let it just fall. Yeah.
You want to talk about the immediate follow-up from Avengers? Because we both have that comic.
Yeah, so, and I mean, when you was talking about trades, I can definitely talk about my trade that I have. So, before...
because you have the full joint. This is my first one. This is my first Avengers.
You didn't get caught up?
I know I'm caught up, but like, in terms of like the
overall... that lady right there, pissing me off, man. I don't know. And I don't want to say she was pissing me off. I just think I have to remember that comic book Captain Marvel is not movie Captain Marvel yet. I do think that might happen. I do think she will have a change of heart, and I think she will have a change of fate later. But the Avengers current run, which is also made by Jed McKay, really, really good. On the team, you got Iron Man, Thor, Captain Marvel, Vision, Sam Wilson as Captain America, Black Panther, and the Scarlet Witch. All heavy hitters too. I got my fave on there, Scarlet Witch. Like, I'm happy. But the only reason why I got caught up on this Avengers run, mind you, I have not read an Avengers run for like maybe 3 years. I got caught up because Storm was joining the Avengers, and I thought that was cool as fuck. She is a powerhouse mutant on the X-Men. Fierce leader. And to see her joining the Avengers, I thought was the greatest thing ever. So, of course, I wanted to get caught up and see, like, what is happening that y'all got to pull Storm into the whole situation, And I think even just seeing how they work as a team, all the way building up through Blood Hunt, I think they needed her for the reason of that mutant representation. They don't have a mutant on there. You can't say that Wanda is a mutant because
we can't. And
Tommy, and they still calling her the Pretender.
No, they at the end of trial. At the end of the trial of Magneto, they got that at the end of trial of Magneto.
Calling my favorite Pretender. She wasn't no damn Pretender. Y'all was just mad.
You know what's funny, Mike? Though,
What?
because this is technically Storm's second stint with the Avengers.
Oh, I know that, but I'm saying
Yeah.
like currently, like
Oh
it.
no, I had a funny anecdote about it.
Oh,
Because I actually had emphasis on the word "had" because I don't know what my dad did with it. I had the first issue where Storm joined the Avengers.
wow.
It was by Brian Michael Bendis, one of my most love-hate relationship comic book writers ever, and one of my favorite artists, Daniel Acuna. He drew the issue, did fantastic art as well. He has a nice painting effect to it. War Machine's, if you guys play Fortnite, War Machine's second loaded screen is drawn by him. If you want an idea of what his art looks like. And yeah, that's the only reason I got interested in Avengers as well, Mike, because Storm was joining it and they're making it seem like she's going to be a permanent fixture for the remainder of this run, and she's going to be doing a lot of crazy ass things, dope ass things. I had to get this variant cover because I'm like, I'm not going to pass up on the opportunity to get this type of cover for Storm's first appearance in this run with the designs of how her new costume was made. Shout outs to Russell Daltman because he also has a sketch on this cover. And it's just this issue takes place immediately after Blood Hunt. So it's the Avengers recuperating from the events and everything like that. And also setting the table fantastically, in my opinion, of the next big event, the next big Avengers bad guy that they're gonna face. Don't want to spoil it, but it is somebody that is a warranted of that bill, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think her introduction, issue 17 might be my favorite. Of course, the Blondehead Avengers episodes is my favorite, and because I think that was pre when Blood Coven came or whatever. They whooped their ass a little bit, but I love how they introduced her. I think her and Sam having that conversation, I think that was needed, and him saying that we need to have that mutant representation because of what has happened to you and your people. I think that was perfect. Am I nervous? Yeah. But I do think because our solo series is coming later this fall, I think this is the prequel of what we're soon to see while she's by herself. So I think it's going to be cool to see her on the team with the Avengers and also having her own solo series because we get to see the character grow. And this is no shade to what I'm about to say, but we get to see her grow without the X-Men and see how she potentially can be that standalone character.
I guess, and I don't say I guess in that she can't. I just have a natural adverse reaction to trying to do all, like, I'm personally not jazzed about this new era of X-Men books. I feel like it's very much without too much. Well, no, that's underselling it. I don't think it has a lot of thought put into it at all. I think they just was trying to do something that was a little bit haphazardly put together. But I will say that, like I said, and I've said this before on the Twitch stream, I am going to give Storm's book a chance, and everything else is going to kind of just be a case by case situation as we approach them as they come by. I'm not going to just. These issues have to breathe for a little bit for me to just get involved and go, yeah, let me rock out. Storm is the only one that has earned the from the word go support. Everything else has to really prove itself, and so far, the only one I can definitively say that has my attention all the way is NYX, because so many people really dig it and it's an ensemble book. Phoenix was, but it's too much controversy with the art.
It's way too much controversy about that. And the crazy thing about it, the story is good. It's just that we don't need all that with that. Like, I don't know. That's still a crazy situation to me.
Yeah. Let's go on to do you have anything else you want to say about Avengers as a whole?
No, Captain Marvel. Please don't piss me off later. I was gonna talk about the From the Ashes because I got a couple of issues. I am excited about this one just because of who's all on the cast and the roster. And then I did get I got this one too and one X. So I will be reading those actually tonight because I hadn't had a chance. The only thing I read from last week is the new Adventures with Storm in it.
Have you finally read Uncanny X-Men 700?
No. I just wanted them to get the coins for it, even though I wanted that era to have that last little piece of coin. You gonna tell them the story about that? How you?
I will, but I just want to first point out this is just a quick anecdote before I get to my trades, the 3 trades I've read in the last couple of weeks. I went to the comic the same day I got the Avengers with Storm. I just so happened to stumble onto this, and as the diehard Spider-Man fan that y'all know and love me, this is a holy grail issue. This is a reissue, I believe, that they are just putting back out in the wild. But this is the legendary issue where Peter loses the black suit, where he finds out that the black suit is a living,
just irresponsible.
that he finds out that it's a living being, and he goes to the Fantastic Four to get it removed. I cannot tell you how many times as a youngin reading multiple Spider-Man synopses and like, oh yeah, when he found out, he went to the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, to get it taken off, and all of it. Like how many times I've read that in synopsis form, but not the actual comic book. And as for my Spider-Man the Animated Series folks out there, this is where the iconic red and blue suit versus black suit struggling over Peter to get control. This is where that stems from. So yeah, this is a holy grail item. This is the last appearance of the original of Peter wearing the original black suit in the comics before it becomes Venom, and the rest is history, as they say. He would go on to continue wearing the black suit in some capacity. It would just be a knitted form because his original red and blue suit kind of got destroyed on Battle World after during Secret Wars, and he didn't have a backup at the time. And this is also for those who are interested in Spider costume lore. This is the first appearance of the bombastic Bagman as well. So there's a lot of Spider-Man firsts in this issue, and I'm just extraordinarily happy to have this holy grail right here as a Spider-Man fan. So that's my tangent. I'm done with that.
You know how I am about spiders.
I know, but I just had to point that I was very excited to see that and notice that that's what it was, and just enjoy it. And it has and also, and this is aside, this isn't about Spider-Man. It's just it actual has the reprints of all of the classic ads. So when this book first came out, they actually put all of the same ads back into this book. So it doesn't have anything modern advertised in it. It's all like late 80s, early 90s stuff in it. So that's pretty cool as well.
Good shit, man. Good shit. So I'll be ending this off. Future reads, what we expecting in the next one or two, or the next couple weeks. What's up?
Let's leave it off with, let's tell them what we plan on reading, but also if we have any trades that we've read in the last very recently, we can show that off.
I think the only trade would be Avengers. That's the only one I had bought, because the majority of everything else I read on Marvel Unlimited. I do have something that I am looking forward to reading. I mean, I'm already watching the TV show, but I still wanted to have it. But The Walking Dead. And this mug is. Oh!
That's a damn near. That's the omnibus. That's a damn near omnibus, ain't it?
Bought this from a Twitter mutual. Shout out to Terrence. Appreciate that. And I got this one and volume 2, so I'm super excited. But I am watching the TV show. I'm literally taking my time because it's a lot. But I've always wanted to read the actual hard copy, physical copy. So this will be a future read that I will be reading.
Facts on facts. So these are the 3 trades I've read. in actually, yeah, I'll do recent order. So the first one, if y'all been here a long time, y'all know DC, everything like that. And so I decided to get during Free Comic Book Day the trade of the Death of Superman. So y'all already know as Snyder people, as DC people, this is just getting this is a big get. And yeah, this is the most action-packed ass series of comic books that I've ever read in my entire life. Like this, it's literally just Superman going from crazy ass thing to fighting Doomsday across the country and things like that. The Justice League that was in this book got washed like a dirty rag. Like Booster Gold and Blue Beetle got fucked up.
Nothing got washed.
But this is definitely definitely one of the most exciting books to read, and it's an iconic book. It's the Death of Superman at the time, or still is the highest grossing comic book of all time. So that's something. And then the second thing I read, Captain America: Symbol of Truth. This is the most recent Sam series with when he was Captain America. This is volume 1. This directly leads into, to a degree, his tenure on the Avengers that is happening at right now. Fantastic art, fantastic direction. Shout outs to our mutual Dom. He actually was a model inspiration for one of the covers of this run of Sam. And yeah, Sam is one of my favorite characters. He's definitely my favorite Cap.
Yes.
And especially comic book Sam. And yeah, this is a very, very cool, very relevant book. It even has the Deadpool cameo, and that's very topical and relevant right now. So yeah, and the Doctor Doom in the same 2-issue storyline. Doctor Doom and Deadpool shows up, and that's both very topical at the moment. And then thirdly, since we're talking about topical related trade, let's get it. Fortnite Marvel Zero War. And it's hardcover. Did I get this at the time just so I can get the special cosmetics for Iron Man and Spider-Man? Yes. But since there's a new Marvel season in Fortnite, I decided to run it back and actually read it all the way through again to be familiarized. And surprisingly, even though this was about a chapter in 3 seasons ago that this was relevant, I believe this was the dinosaur season, Mike. Back in the previous chapter, this is when this was set in. It still lays the groundwork, like Shuri and Jonesy's relationship, because that's something that's relevant now in the current season of Fortnite. Doom, his Mac, and like seeing how Doom kind of laid the seeds for how he became the Wanderer and how he got the powers of Pandora's box. All of that stuff is laid bare in here as well. And it's just a genuinely cool story. Fun fact: the writer Christoph Gage, he actually also wrote this, the DC version, the DC side of the Fortnite crossover. So technically speaking, and these 2 books are like, and there's a Batman a single issue as well with Batman Glad. All of this is connected because they are referenced. There are certain things that are referenced in it. So yeah. And as far as comic books that I'm looking forward to right now, I would say right now the ones that I'm looking forward to are Storm. I'm interested now in Avengers and see where that's going. And I know this might be a ways off, but Laura Wolverine is supposed to be getting a new comic run, and I'm definitely going to be checking that out and seeing what they do with that.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to hop back into Miles Morales. With the
yeah, I'm actually going to hop into that because I want to know what they're going to do with my boy. Like, I don't like his fate right now. So I'm curious to see where his story goes now because of his fate, and I'm kind of curious. So I'm definitely gonna whatever his next issue or whatever he's in, I'm picking it up, and I need to because I want to see how he's gonna handle his situation. Um, I'm looking forward to the rest of the Scarlet Witch run. Scarlet Witch
That
3
yeah.
that comes out tomorrow. I've been enjoying it. That was one thing that I did get caught up on was, Steve Orlando's run of the Scarlet Witch. He's done amazing with her. First having her solo series, then turning around doing the sequel, which is Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, which was dope. Which was really dope because you had that dynamic of the twins, and that was really cool. And it kept leading up to where we are now. I think they about to send her into another powerful way. So I'm super excited to see what trials and tribulations that she goes through.
They're gonna make her Scarlet Witch Blue, Ultra Instinct Scarlet Witch.
No shade. That's literally what's happening. I'm ready for Storm. I've ordered 4 copies. I can't wait till they get here. They're all different variants because I really want this. I want those first number sales to be high and peak cinematic experience. And what else? I got some comics from Image.
Show off the Image.
One particular is Scarlet. I'm really digging this. As he was telling me, all of this is in the Transformers world and G.I. Joe world. And I'm really digging. Now, I've been trying to read some indie comics and other comics besides Marvel and DC. But yeah, and that's about it. But number one I'm looking forward to is Storm. Like, I'm super excited about that. Like, super pressed. I bought 4 issues of the same comic. They're all going in plastic, actually. So those 4 are going in plastic, and I'm going to the local comic store to buy 2 more.
Hey, that's what's up.
But yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna give it all I got.
Yep. Next time we run it back, I'm gonna depending on how many new comics I got, I'm gonna run through some of my faves that I've already have and give y'all some reviews on them.
Reviews?
Yeah, reviews. Let y'all know. I might even go back a little bit further and show y'all some things and probably give y'all some ideas on what I've had previously, because there's a couple of trades that I just lost to time through moves and things like that, which pissed me off. Siege, Secret Invasion, I had trades of both of those. Missed both of them. World War Hulk is another one. I think my little brother actually has it for some reason. I don't know how he even got that. But that's one of my faves as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this. Like I said, and yes, we will eventually get to a point where I'm talking my mad shit about comic books that when they piss me off, because if y'all follow me on the socials and whatnot, y'all already know how I get down with that. Y'all already know that sometimes these comic book runs and events can piss me off, and I gotta get a little bit mean. So depending on what we cook with, y'all might see that. But for right now, we're just gonna focus on the pause. It's just gonna be paused. Can we're gonna be paused for a bit, Mike? We're gonna be a little bit paused.
Paused.
Positive.
Yeah. We always positive.
Facts. So yeah, we're gonna do that. But in any case, we glad y'all kicked it with us. We glad y'all listen to us wax poetic about the comics we're reading. We're gonna enjoy doing this moving forward. Anything else you want to say, Mike?
Nah, I'm good. New comic book day tomorrow. Can't wait to go pick up my titles.
Shoot, it is Wednesday tomorrow. You sure right?
Sure is. All right, we out.